This is Freeloaders. I'm MikePapaFoxtrot.
And I'm 3T.
Freeloaders is a regular look at what is or has been free to download from the PlayStation Network. We download the games and give them a play and see if they're worth the download, bandwidth and time.
This time we're looking at, and I apologise for any mispronunciation, Nioh, an action RPG developed by Team Ninja for the PS4, first released worldwide in February 2017. Gameplay revolves around navigating levels and defeating monsters. Combat revolves around stamina or ki management, and different sword stances that are strong or weak against different enemies. These are our first impressions.
So, hopefully an animation has just started. So what do you know about this game?
Only what I've just read out to you there. I've never really heard of it. The character art on the sort of the cover, I guess, is very familiar. So I must have gone past it, I assume, in game shops. But it's not something I've ever sought out or looked into. How about you?
No, never heard of it. But again, it looks very familiar. But then there are a lot of these, like, Shogun, warrior, ninja type things. I mean, again, apologies for mixing my Asian culture. But I've definitely seen something similar to it, but I don't know if it was the same thing. But haven't got a clue. Don't even know the story. No less than you, because you wrote the intro blurb. The fight sequence in the sort of the welcome video is quite impressive.
It's very nice to look at.
Yeah, these kind of cutaway videos these days are almost the same as when you play the game. So I'd be fascinated to jump in and see what the game was. I did notice it had a two-stage download. It had you can run it now or you can do something online. So possibly there's an online element to it. But
I think it does say up to two network players. I'm sure I read when I was downloading it from the library. So we shall see.
I'm going to press the button, my any key now, before that animation starts again. And
what's nice is that that has happened on both of our screens, and so the whole animation is now played. I think we've done it justice. Let's press any button, I guess.
And I'm selecting a new game, and I've got a couple of options. I've got I can pre-order, or I can purchase add-ons. No, thank you.
No,
that's answered a question. So I'm starting a new game. Let's see. I was like, why is that? Why does it want me to do triangle?
After all that deciding at the beginning whether it was Nioh or Nioh, I've chosen Nioh, and I'm just waiting for a character to say Nioh.
I just deliberately decided I'm not going to pronounce it. No, good. And the great thing is the way we do this is that I think you're going to be the one that has to say the name of the game all the time.
Absolutely fine by me. I'd rather be confident and wrong than right and insecure. So
yeah, there are certain politicians that have made a lot of money doing that.
Yep. Are we going to let this animation play, or do we want to just skip it? I
think so. I mean, I guess it's explaining the story to us, and I mean, there was a sort of a crystal thing in the bottom corner when I first loaded the game up.
True.
Oh, the Queen of England. Oh, okay. She looks very much like the Blackadder Queen of England.
Yes.
So I'm guessing there's some kind of imperialism, perhaps, that they fought against. I must confess I haven't really been reading the subtitles. I'm glad the subtitles are on.
Yeah.
So that
it's a very important stone. I don't know. Let's just see what happens, I guess.
Basically, it's a sort of a standard kind of. There's a Jigamy What's-It that does thingamabob, and somebody has taken the Jigamy What's-It, and so that prevents the thingamabob, which means we probably have to go and find the Jigamy What's-It, and probably the thingamabob that the Jigamy What's-It does is what we then get.
Oh, no, it's clear.
just my standard introduction for a game. There's always a thing for something that you have to do something. Right, so I'm looking at the Tower of London, an imposing fortress by King William I. It's got its history, and I've got pressing X, so I'm going to push X
do as well.
And then hopefully play the game. I think we've given the animation a good. Ooh, that's very photorealistic, isn't it?
I'm really hoping for a volume control because it is a loud game.
I didn't want to say anything. I think I did before we started recording. I'm hoping there'll be a menu option because I didn't get a chance to change me Y configuration.
It's partly why my speech has been slightly stilted because during the beginning I was just trying to shout over it, really. Oh, like a sort of fairy character is whispering in our guy's ear.
Yeah. So basically, he's
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Oh, she's this way. Well, show me, where have I got to go? She's showing me some stones. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Okay.
Can I jump?
I don't know.
Oh, I can kick the wall down. Nice. Oh, search a body. Lovely. I've got some flame demon things.
Oh, there was a. Oh, so we.
Ooh. So looking out for glowing stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Kick it open. I just picked up a bastard sword.
There's I've just enjoyed knocking this wall down, right? And as I was doing it, the warder or the guard just walked by, didn't even pay, and it didn't even flinch. I was making noise.
I'm gonna kick him up the arse. No, I'm not. Am I gonna get slashed by him instead? Oh no, he's a better fighter than I am. I'm dead.
Oh, the guy next door's cell's open. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I tried to break in mine. Okay.
Oh, let's have another go. Oh, this is going to be Bloodborne, isn't it? This is just going to be dead, dead, dead. Always dead. See how I equip the bastard sword.
I'm just going to run away from that guy because why would I run at him? I certainly have to work out the X and Y. I do apologise for anyone who is motion sick. I do have to say I'm a little bit confused by the controls. The controls don't feel as intuitive as I would like them, and that's just perhaps me just being. So what does that mean? Is that down or is it the touchpad? Oh, it's a touchpad. Oh, okay. So what can I
want my bastard
do
sword. I picked one up and I would like to use it on this guy.
Yeah. That's your
melee weapon. Bastard sword.
How did you do that?
I think I pressed the touchpad and then went to equipment.
Yeah.
I can put some foot guards on. Tower of London guards. Yes, please. Can't be kicking stuff with... Oh no, now I look stupid. Now I'm in my pants and I'm wearing knee-high boots. How do I equip... sword time. Okay, Johnny Big Bollocks, let's see if you're any good against somebody who's holding a sword. Oh, he's still going to beat me. Look, oh, I'm dead. I died quicker, if anything, when I had a...
How do I get my sword out, then?
I think it's square. Let's find out. It remains equipped, so now I can just go and kill him.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, yes! You can target with R3, and then he dies instantly. I'm going to take his bastard sword as well. See how he likes that.
Oh.
Not a lot, I bet. Right, I'm kicking his body around.
Target with R3. Oh, yeah, of course you can. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not the most instinctive target button, though, is it? I would say better to use a shoulder, but...
Yeah, well, that was what I was faffing. I've got another sword, so that's nice.
Yeah, nice to have somebody else's bastard sword. I've died 3 times already. You haven't died at all.
No, I'm looking for the key. Oh, there's the key. Oh, you got a dungeon key. Can I open all these doors then?
Probably.
Oh, you can open all of these doors.
Well, he was the jailer, wasn't he? So I guess that makes sense.
That
Can I steal
body
his
is
clothes?
not
Because I think
searchable.
pants and boots is not a good look.
No, I'm just having a look through everybody's cell.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good point.
can I search this body? Oh, yeah, what's in this body?
They put us in a stupid cell, considering that the wall was basically broken.
Well, I mean, I guess the jailer wasn't really the cleverest guy, was he? Okay. Oh, I've just
guard with L1. It's very pretty, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There's nothing. I haven't found anything in the cells. Items, usable items, keys. So it's a problem solver, obviously.
Yeah.
Shortcut keys. I would very much like to work out that, though. I don't like the. I don't like the key configuration. How can I remap the keys? That's the question.
I'll have another melee weapon. I'm going to have another bastard sword in there, I think. That just makes sense.
What was really annoying, though, right, is that in the room where I found the sword, there are loads of swords. I could have had 2 swords. Like, I could have just run at him with 2 swords failing. Not one big sword, but I could have had 2 small ones. I could have minced him. Right.
Minced
yeah, I'm
him.
finding that square is like... I keep wanting to tap square to open things and interact with things, and not circle. So, medicine, that's nice. We'll take the medicine, yeah.
Come at me, bro.
Searching the cells.
I guarded, you idiot.
Oh, did you have a look under the stairs, by the way?
Oh, I'm dead again. No, I didn't.
You found the coat.
Oh, I got the coat.
No, you must have done because you found the coat. Yeah, equip.
Ah, I keep dying. This game's rubbish.
Is a coat accessory?
Yeah, you go into your torso.
Oh, wow. What an awesome jacket, man. It's like I'm a biker from the past.
It doesn't match the trousers, though, does it? Hopefully we're going to get some trousers
no,
off the
but
next dude.
Look at it, man. It's like some kind of biker gang. You know, it's like... It's got Latin and everything on it and, like, a patch. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's... I'm like a biker. Right, anyway.
Right, this time, no prisoners. You're dead, son.
Oh, I've just found where the options are. That's nice. I can change the probably camera settings. Horizontal.
Can I have your trousers?
Inverted.
No.
Vertical to inverted.
See, we've been playing too much Sniper Elite because I really want to pick his body up and throw it off the bridge. Not to be, though. Oh, he's got a friend. Come on. Oh, he's got arrows. You crossbow cheat. There we go.
Oh, he's got arrows. He's got arrows. He's got arrows.
You still haven't died once yet, have you?
I got him.
It takes him a little while to reload, thankfully. Surprise attack, bitch.
Well, I just ran at him, and that took care of him. Oh.
Yeah.
I've taken some damage. I've got some potions somewhere. I'm really loving my jacket. I have to say, it's very much sort of a 1700 sort of biker jacket. You know, like maybe we are like the horsemen of the apocalypse, man, and all that. All right, I'm scared to open this door. What's on the other side of this big door? No, nobody waiting for me.
It's a bit frustrating that I keep having to start. I've died lots, and it keeps putting me back in the cell, and I just have to make my way back to where I died. So, good news, bad news. Everybody I killed is already dead.
Whoa! I just found dudes. Found dudes.
Oh, he's back. You. No.
Oh, don't kill me! Don't kill me, dude! Don't kill me!
Right, it hasn't made the mistake that Bloodborne did, and it hasn't thrown a massive werewolf at me instantly, or whatever it was we had to kill in that. But
no, that's the thing, and also I feel like I'm in control when I'm fighting. As much as I don't like the control configuration,
too, yeah.
I am in control. My health is horrible at the moment.
Don't worry, you can die. It seems to be many, many times.
No, I found medicine. I'm healed. Excellent.
Surprise!
Right.
Just die. I want his... Oh, has he got a halberd? Yes, please. Can I have that? No. It just disappeared.
No.
I wanted the halberd.
Yeah, well, I think you have to get things from boxes. Oh, medicine. I've got medicine again. That's nice. So I can heal myself.
Trousers in the box. I'm excited.
What box?
There's a box. I don't know where you are. I don't know. You've probably gone further than I have. But there was a little room with a guy in it, and he had there was a box of trousers.
Oh, what? Back in the thing? I've thrown a stone
over the bridge, to the right, and then there's a little room to the right of that, and then it's in there.
Okay,
Medicine and some trousers.
Oh, I saw the medicine. I didn't see the trousers.
Well, now I've got proper trousers on. I'm dressed to impress.
No, I didn't get any trousers. The game has gypped me. I found the two dudes, but I didn't get any trousers. I'm very upset.
There's a box. It's sort of lit up in the room. Everything. Oh,
yeah. It had medicine in it, but no trousers. I've been stolen. The trousers.
Have you gone back? Go back to the.
Yeah, I've just gone back. I'm looking at it now. I mean, you know, come on, Gromit. Where's my trousers?
Oh, it's amazing how these guys don't react to men being slaughtered like 2 feet away from them until you come at them. Oh, come on. Give me a halberd.
I'm happy that I managed to find my...
He's alive!
Oh dear. Oh, I found the jewels.
Now, at the moment you said I found the jewels, I want you to look at my screen when you're editing, because a man has died in a position that is so undignified that he is displaying his jewels.
Okay, I'm praying.
I done a pray. Didn't really do much for me, like in real life. I'm half... Oh, there's a crate up here. What can I do there? Change melee weapon. Oh, ranged weapon. Battle axe.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah,
he's got. I see what you mean. He's got one of those big sticky pikey things. Yeah, I would kind of like that. Kind of like a sticky pikey thing.
I've got a battle axe instead, though. How do I use my secondary weapon?
Oh, he's not dead. He lay down and pretended to be dead. Bless him.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. Oh, he came back with a second vengeance. Right.
I need to know how to switch. I guess you just. Put
I need to find these trousers that have been spoken about. I found a big box. It's a big box.
No, not in the big box. It's back downstairs probably. Then you need to go for that one.
No, I've already been there. I've got a big axe now. That's fine. How do I equip an axe? Equip an axe. Bastard sword. Melee weapon 2. Battle axe. Yes, please.
How do I use it though?
Okay, I've equipped it, but how do I use it?
I see. Okay, so if you hold down R1, you should see.
Oh, you switch
right,
backwards. Yeah, you switch backwards before them. I've found that out earlier and wondered what it was. That's actually quite. It's actually quite good. I like the fact that it's not. It may be telling me, but I'm not really paying any attention to it. I do like the fact that it's not holding my hand. It already got points for not holding my hand.
Absolutely.
And that I haven't just like died repeatedly like a. Oh, hello. I can go there. I don't know whether to go upstairs or clear this place level by level. I also don't know if I should keep the sword or the battle axe. I'm torn now.
There's another box further down where you can pick up a runker, which is basically a pikey thing. I thought they had halberds, but that's a pike. Where am I going?
Oh yeah, I see what that is. Yeah, let's have a look. I don't know if that does something to your. Oh, it's a pikey thing. No, I don't want that. I got 2 swords.
I can carry it, so I'll have it.
Oh yeah, I'd take it with me. I mean, I'm just not going to equip it.
It's okay. Well, we'll save comparisons for the next part,
It seems this door must be open from the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
Up and over, then I suppose, isn't it? Up and over. Yeah.
Indeed, the pirates have served.
I'm not hating this game, I have to say, and it's interesting. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. There hasn't been any problem solving, if that makes sense, and I have a feeling there should be more problem solving. Also, these trousers that were talked of have not materialised, which I find I feel a little bit that I've been cheated. Oh, leg guards.
Maybe that's
because
it.
they're called leg guard. Oh, I look like a dark beef eater now. Oh, all I need is a hat. I need a hat. Is there a
dark
hat?
beef eater?
Head armor.
Find them before our nation's
Oh, yeah. Look at me, bowler hat and everything.
Hang on, I didn't have a... I'm going to have to see if I picked up a hat. But I'm listening to a conversation through a door at the moment.
We cannot gain.
Oh, we're probably in the same place then.
Yeah, there's like a... Come on. I'm not listening to story.
Why can't I just open the door and go and kill him?
Ah! He just came straight at me! Right, he's getting a battle axe in his head.
Something about compasses.
I think somebody else is coming out now. I want to put my headgear on.
So it's interesting because it's like...
I haven't got head armor. Where'd you get that?
I found it in a box. I mean, I wonder if there's a randomization of some of the bits and pieces. That might be nice. It'd be fascinating to see.
We must find them before our nation's
I have to listen to story. I just want to kill them. Why can't I kill them and they'll have bits of paper in their pockets?
I've got some gloves.
So basically, they seem to be Spanish. They seem to be the villains seem to be the Spanish that need to go to Japan, and we are in London, and we are some kind of I don't know.
Dark beef eater.
How do I get away from the door? Oh.
I don't really know where I've got to go.
I've died.
Oh, get over it, it's fine. Hey, I got the hat.
I've died.
I think that just means you start again in the cell.
Actually, I was a little bit annoyed though because I couldn't get away from the door. He got one punch in before anything happened.
Now I'm fully dressed. Surely they should recognise me as one of their own.
Oh, you know what the prey thing is?
What?
It's the save point.
Oh, that makes
It's
sense.
basically like your bonfire in Bloodborne and things like that.
Okay. I guess that does make sense. Right, I am just a normal beef eater. Give me your money, old bag. Right, I just want to see if this guy attacks me to see if he now thinks I'm one of his mates. I got a hat on. You ain't got a hat on. You.
I've got.
No, him. He's not wearing a hat, so I should be the one attacking him, and I did.
Yeah, exactly. You should be more important.
Wear a full uniform.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I'm missing gloves. I need big gauntlet gloves.
Oh,
That's
I got
what
my gloves on.
I need gauntlet gloves. Have I got some gloves?
They're in a box somewhere. I can take on two at once. No, I'm not, because I'm going to die.
I've got multiple jackets. Oh, I can take my jacket off. I've got 3 jackets. Have I got 3 jackets? My axe is all bloody. Right, I don't need to listen to these idiots by this door. Instead, I need to go find this guy that attacked me just a minute ago because he needs to die.
I'm struggling to find my way around. It's a little bit of an interesting maze. Yeah, I suppose that's the Tower of London for you, though.
Yeah,
I realised how
kill me.
stupid that was as I said it.
Yeah, killed him. That'll teach you to sneak up on me and kill me. Right.
What do you think's best, battle axe or sword? The battle axe is doing a lot of damage.
The battle axe seems to be alright. The problem with the battle axe is when you miss, it seems to stick in. I found gauntlet gloves. I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Arm guards. Yeah, look at me. Oh, they're white. Ah, that's a bit. They don't match. That's a bit sad. I mean, like, you know, my hat, gloves and shoes should match, surely.
Yeah, but you know, black and white go together, don't they? If we learned anything from Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. Feel free to take that out. I don't think it's offensive.
I've got Ebony and Ivory playing in my head now.
That's what I was going for. That was the point of. Oh, another prey stone. Well, I might as well do that.
Yeah. So, what's your thinking so far with your? Because I'm not hating on it.
I'm not hating on it. I think we got enough for the end of a first part and go another play and see how we get on.
think so. I'm just opening a big door and I'm stepping in, and then I'm going to go probably battle someone, and then I found a prey place. Oh no, that was where I opened the door.
Same one.
All right, I'm going to have
the same as you.
I'm going to have a prey, and I think at that point we will probably leave it there and have a little bit of playtime off away from the microphone. We might even see if we can team up and work out how to do that.
Let's have a look at that.
We'll be back for you momentarily, but for us it will be some time of gaming.
See you in a bit.
So we've put some time into playing Nioh, and as ever, 3T, what do you think about playability?
It's instantly pick-upable, if that isn't a word, which I know it isn't. It's something you can jump straight into. I really liked, I think as we discussed when we were playing, that you don't have to... It doesn't tutorialize you, but it does show you what you need to know. You know, and buttons are instinctive. You learn as you go. Yeah, it's very playable. It feels very comfortable as a sort of third-person action adventure. Well, it's an RPG, isn't it? I was perfectly happy playing it, if a little frustrated at times. You?
Yeah, I did like the introduction. It was like it wasn't just a Dance Revolution button combo mash, and it wasn't just a button masher. No. I did actually feel like I was actually having an impact on the fight when I was there, and my tactics were actually the reason why I was useless at the game. Which is important. It's important to know. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating than like, it doesn't matter what buttons you press, it's still bloody awful unless you get it just right.
Yeah,
I would say that I mean, it's a game you could pick up and you could run around, and it's a game where you collect things. I think that appeals to my I've got armor, I've got this, I can match that, and why don't those gloves match this? And I quite like that. I am a little bit of a collector. I'm a completionist. I like to collect things and all of the button actions, and it was quite fun, if a little bit frustrating sometimes, fighting the guys. One of the things that did irritate me slightly, I sort of understood when I came back from Dead why everyone had been respawned, but I did get a little bit frustrated when I would return to an area and everyone was respawned, and that sort of, the supernatural part of the game is what really sort of, I think, turned me off the game a little bit. I think if it had been a little bit more, sort of basically, white Westerner learns magic secrets of East, somehow gets captured and then has to fight his way out because of a more political sort of storyline rather than a sort of a supernatural storyline, it might have actually had a little bit more impact on me, if you know what I mean. And there was the sort of the weird supernatural nature of the story detracted from the story. I mean, that was the bit that sort of turned me off a little bit. Replayability, I can pick it up and I can have a thrash, and once I worked out how to actually save my position so I didn't have to keep going back to the dungeon to start again, that was okay. And you're right, the lack of tutorialization about that, both a blessing and a curse, and I think more of a blessing than a curse this case, really. Yeah. Hidden catches and concerns, it seems to have DLC in it. But then what doesn't these days?
No, exactly. I don't get the impression that it detracts from the game as much as it will just give you more things to do. So but I haven't looked into it, as I said to you before. Just it certainly didn't interrupt my ability to play. So not necessarily a hidden catch. It's just if you are enjoying it, then you get the chance to pay a bit of money and enjoy a bit more, I guess.
Yeah, and it wasn't DLC content where I would go, I must have that. Whereas with a previous game that we've played this year, I think I said to you on numerous occasions, do you know, I might get the DLC for this because it's actually quite good. And is DLC a catch? Not really. It's trying to give value for money. I mean, it can get a little bit ridiculous we'd like your Grand Theft Auto Online. It just became too much. So maybe
it's
I don't
certainly
know.
not asking us to feed pennies into the slot so we can continue or anything like that. So
But then we have had games like that where we've actually enjoyed. So
yeah, But in this case, there's nothing that I would call so far a hidden catch. It's purely additional content is available.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So overall fun factor?
It's fine. If I was going to give it a number, I would say it's about 6 out of 10. It's like it's fine. I can pick it up. I like hacking and slashing things. I did feel that it was a bit. I mean, I died a lot. And that is a continuing story in all my games, to be fair. But I do think being thrown back again when you don't feel like you're making that much progress. I found it particularly frustrating, and yet there are games, and we'll talk about in a second things that it's like, but there are games where that happens and it's fine. But this was very much I just did this, and I didn't feel like I was really getting much out of it other than more medicine or another weapon that I've already got 3 of or something. So it's just it's fine. I mean, if you want to invest that amount of time into something, great. But for me, it's sort of a very middle of the road fun level. I certainly wouldn't begrudge playing it. If somebody said, "Shall we play it?" I think I'd go, "Yeah, okay." But as it stands, I probably wouldn't choose to play it.
No, I can kind of see that. I mean, I'll be honest, like I said, the sort of the supernatural element of it probably turned me off more than anything else. I quite enjoyed the sort of picking up stuff, though there was a sort of a period of time when I was thinking, why have I got like 6 swords and 5 axes and Christ knows how many pikes and 6 layers of 6 different pieces of armor, and I'm still picking things up. So it did seem that some of the things you pick up, they perhaps you're not supposed to die that many times. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they respawn, they pick up. I mean, I get it. It's nice to have things to pick up, but it was just a little bit too easy to pick things up. And once I worked out that the praying at the shrine was a save point, because I remember, I think when we were first playing, I said, I've prayed, I don't quite know what it does. It just makes me think about life. And I prayed again. I think I prayed about 6 times in a row.
I think I did too. It was just a cool noise, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I thought, what the hell does that do? And moved on. And then the next thing I died, I was like, why am I not in the cell? This is not where I died. This is not where I expected to be. And then my brain went, save point. Okay, that's nice. And it's possible that, I actually haven't watched our video back that we did. I have to edit it together. And it'd be interesting to see if there's some kind of little note at the bottom of the screen that actually says hey, this is a save point. And if it is, I shall be very annoyed because I missed it. But then that would say that I was concentrating more on the gameplay than actually reading the prompts, which I think is quite important for fun factor as well. I did find getting off level 1 very frustrating with the double end boss and things like that, and the fact that you can't do anything extra until you get off level 1. Obviously it's either a tutorializing level, which is extremely hard and unforgiving, which is good, I suppose, which did take the fun factor away a little bit. When you've fallen off of a tower for the 15th or 16th time to slice a guy in half so you can fight the first demon, so then you can take out the big nasty demon at the end, did start to get frustrating. So I only got frustrated towards the end of the level. Actually dealing with the minor characters, I quite enjoyed, trying to work out how to separate people and things like that. Tactics, when to run away, when to block. Again, that goes to the sort of the fact that it wasn't just a whack, whack, whack or button masher game. It had some strategy, but it was a little bit too hard for me, I'm afraid. So what about games that it's similar to? I know what I think it's similar to. What about you?
I would say it's the 2 that jump straight into my head are I think it was Bloodborne, where you just keep throwing yourself at enemies again and again. But the one that I think it tries, or it's evoking more, is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I've played quite a bit of that, and I do have the same approach, which is keep throwing yourself at enemies, not learn, and keep dying. But oddly, I find that more fun in Zelda, because it's got the same kill some things, pick up their weapons. I assume you only have room for a certain amount of weapons, so you're going to start throwing things away after a while and getting better ones. And it's that, you start with nothing, you start in your pants, and you go and you pick up new weapons and new armor and new outfits, and explore a little bit more and fight bosses that are too big for you sooner than you'd like, and stuff like that. Very freeform, it doesn't matter how many times you die, because just pick yourself up and have another go, maybe find another way around the problem type gameplay. So I can see that, like, if you really like the idea of the Zelda games and you don't want two consoles and you've got a PlayStation, this might be a sort of starting point to get a feel for that kind of game. What were you thinking?
Well, I was definitely thinking sort of basically your Bloodborne genre of game, but it also has that sort of any game that's like slash and hack type game as well, but there's also an adventureness there to it. So I would agree. I think the one that popped into my mind most was like a less frustrating Bloodborne.
Yeah,
is how I looked at it. And I think if you've played Bloodborne and you like Bloodborne, and I know people that like Bloodborne, I'm afraid Bloodborne for me, not my cup of tea. I wouldn't go back to it. In fact, I just I treat it like I treat like Fortnite. I just stubbornly refuse to even touch it with a stick. Just, and it's not that Fortnite wouldn't be fun, and it's just that it doesn't appeal to me. It's not that type of game that appeals to me, and Bloodborne doesn't appeal to me either. So it's that I treat it like that. That said, this game appealed to me. I did actually enjoy while I was playing. Going back again and again, maybe it's sort of it's a bit the same, but perhaps the longer you play it, the more the adventure broadens out and the more interesting it gets. But definitely had a Bloodborne vibe, and I did actually think it's Bloodborne but less annoying, because Bloodborne just annoyed me, and
similarly
not as complicated.
It's Zelda Breath of the Wild but more annoying.
Yeah, which is probably in the middle. It's happily placed. So there you go. So I think that's probably that. I mean, what it certainly isn't is it certainly isn't a first-person shooter. It certainly isn't a sort of an off-the-park cooperative game. I mean, it's not a game where you can immediately be cooperative. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I have a feeling the cooperative element has probably been added into it because it probably gets harder.
It's something you earn, so it's like, come and now I've beaten this level, or this area, why don't you come and join me, kind of thing. Well, I'd rather you came and helped me when I couldn't beat it. But there you go.
But then, I mean, with the I don't know if it was with the Bloodborne, but one of those in that series, you could enter people's games as well and help them or hinder them, and there have been lots of games where that actually happens, where you can help people or hinder people. But I mean, basically, if you like sort of sword play or running around with great big battle axes, swinging at weird sort of spooky semi-living things, I think you said something that jumped out at me, and it only jumped out at me about 4 or 5 days later. Like, if we're dressed like the tower guards, why are they attacking us? And my brain went, why?
What's the point?
Are they?
Why aren't we gathering our own clothes that maybe they've kept hidden away and locked away? And then they would go, oh, look, it's a guy that isn't one of us.
Well, why can't we use those clothes? And then
why can't we sneak around?
That would be like Hitman. Oh, well, I mean, in a certain extent, I could sneak around. I mean, I did go for a bit not engaging anyone, just running away from them. And that actually was a reasonably winning strategy. Yeah, but it would be nice if perhaps the clothes you're wearing had an impact on what it is that but then that would probably be a different game. Like I said, that would be Hitman. So, again, it's definitely not Hitman either.
Yeah.
So the game had certain characteristics that appealed to me, but it had a lot of things that turned me off. But not to the point where it's the worst game I've played this year, and certainly not the worst game we've played in Freeloaders.
Oh,
so there
Not
you
at
go. So with that said, at the end of the day, do you think it's been worth the download space and time?
I'm glad to have played it, but I am not keeping it. I would rather go and play... my what a privileged life. I'd rather go and play Zelda on the Switch, but if you don't have that option, it's worth a look at least, I'd say.
Yeah, for me it's 55.2 gigabytes of data on the download, and the game that we've been playing the most, that we've also played in Freeloads, is only 41.29. So I would say myself, if it had been a little bit smaller, maybe it would stay. But it's just once it gets above 50 gigabytes, if it's not a game that I see myself playing regularly, it isn't going to stay on the system, because there's only limited space, and that's just the way it is. Did I enjoy playing it? Yes. Have I struggled to go back to it? A little bit. I've had to go, I suppose I better go and play this again. And perhaps if it stayed on the system, it might be that I might pick up and play it. But I've got other games that are still living on the system, which I don't go back to either, which are taking up space, which I'm keeping because they are more likely to get played than this, which means that this isn't worth, for me, the download, the bandwidth, and the time that I've invested in it so far. Which means that my last question, would I have paid for it, means I probably wouldn't have done, because this is not my cup of tea type game. Anything with too much magic, anything with sort of too much swordplay, anything which is like, basically as hard as Bloodborne and things like that, they're not my cup of tea. What about you?
I do like that. In theory, I quite like a bit of swordplay. I like a bit of magic, but I wouldn't have paid for this. I don't feel it's. No, I don't feel it would have ever grabbed me enough. So no.
And with that, this is MikePapaFoxtrot.
And this is 3T, and we were looking at Nioh, currently freeloadable from the PlayStation Network in November 2019.